Yo, what's up, homie Rays? How you guys doing? So, I posted on Twitter about HEPA. I was like, anybody want me to go over what what happened or what I saw uh, here? And a few guys were like, yeah, post up. And I've been saying that I'm gonna do my best to see if I can help out. Um, and I was thinking about something. If you guys want, I was thinking once a week or something along those lines. If anybody wants to come on voice, ask questions, I am happy to help. Anything I know, um, I'm willing to share because we all been there. We all have taken losses. We're all in this together. Just as long as people do their work due diligence. So in this video, what I'm gonna go over is HEPA, and I'm gonna spill all the beans. Basically, I had a long position, a short, long, and the overall thesis was short. I'm gonna be talking about market makers manipulation, why they do what they do, how they do it, what I saw to spot it, um, where I went long, why I went long, uh, I'm gonna go over some of the filings because somebody in the last YouTube video they actually said um, that that's what they want, and I don't know how it's gonna work out, how long I could keep it up, but if you guys, like I said in every single video, if you guys have questions, anything, feel free to post. Chris Fergo, Chris Fergo here posted, asked if could go over some fundamental and tape. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go over. Um, let's get started. Alrighty, so this is the first time, so you guys gotta bear with me. So I guess how are we gonna start? We'll start with this. So this is the entries and exits. In the morning, I was short biased. I had shorted this a few days ago. There was overhead supply at around $6. It was quite a bit. So I guess yeah. So there's gonna be some golden nuggets that I'm gonna drop. So what happens in small caps? A lot of the times, people wonder. In my perspective, small cap stock falls because of imbalancement between supply and demand. So the supply is generally uh, comes from filings such as uh, common stock, ATM, warrants, preferred, and also bag holders. It's tough to account for bag holders. You could, some people do it. I take that in a minor. And then the demand is based off of the end of the day projection volume. They're separate stories. Maybe it could be another video that we could talk about down the road. So I was short this thing because it had ran a few days ago and it had washed. And I think I posted about that as well this day here. And then it ran up. And then uh, it also had the overhead supply at 6. And I was thinking, you know what, maybe they're just gonna hedge their position, fade it. So you develop a short thesis, and then after that, you don't become biased extremely towards that side. Volume flow is king. There's a lot of people that hate all this drama. No offense to the Twitter people, that's why I don't post a lot. It's like, well, the fundamental matters, the technical matters. This is no. The only thing matters is match your personality with your trading, and then volume flow is king. Uh, and that's it. It's just at the end of the day, you're here to make money. You're not here for drama, for BS, what's right, what's wrong. If you want to have intellectual debate, that's good. But what I'm saying is, you develop your thesis based off fundamentals, then you let other variables control it. You can't utilize one thing and say that's how it's going to be, that's how it should be. That's going to really, really be dangerous and it's gonna hurt. So I was shorting here. I covered into the wash. The VWAP was somewhere here, um, and it was holding above VWAP. So one of the oh man, there's so many things I could talk about. So one aspect I always hear all the time, people saying, "Oh, 10:30 zombie hour, things like that." Uh, Again, I'm very anti-drama. I hate drama, but I'm gonna explain what my perspective on that stuff is. What happens at 10:30 is the volume dries out, and from there, the other metric is if a stock had overhead supply, they would utilize the morning volume. So in the morning, we have a lot of momentum traders. You have guys. So if they want to dump overhead supply, they're likely to dump it at the morning. So if a stock has overhead supply, and you guys will run into this. So if you want to make notes, these are the things how I lost money and I learned. So feel free to. One of the things we should write down is stock has overhead supply, but in the morning you don't see it being dumped on the tape. So you don't have heavy, thick red tapes going on, all that jazz. Then and after 10:30, it's above VWAP. You just let it go. Don't fight it. So that's what I did here. I was shorting it. I had my risk, and then I stopped out, and then I reshorted it. It went higher, it went higher, and then it stopped. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna join. And then I started covering because I saw there was a buyer there. Uh, and then all of a sudden I realized I think the VWAP was something like this. I don't know, something like there. And then I longed it above VWAP, and I longed it above VWAP. My risk was just here. I don't know if I longed it here or here. I think I might have longed it here. Yeah, I covered here. Yes, I covered here and I longed it here. I longed it here. My risk was here. And with this, I was hoping to get some sort of a pullback, and I figured it was going to break the high of the day. So that's what happened. Uh, it wasn't a good size because I always add to winner. So another golden nugget, if you guys want to write down, this is how I lost a lot of money, and I hope you guys don't lose a lot of money. Uh, it comes from, oh shit, is my screen wrong? Oh wow, I didn't even know. By the way, I'm really new to the recording, so you guys gotta excuse my noobiness. I don't know what you guys saw. You didn't? That's weird. Okay. I don't know if that moved the screen. So here, I longed above, risking here. You don't want to bottom tick, top tick. Okay, you don't want to do that. There's some people that'll be like, I bottom tick, top tick. No, fuck that ego shit, man. You guys don't let ego control you. Wait for somebody else's money to confirm. This was a key level. I think this was around 5. So this was below 9, below 5. I saw Soka there, so I covered my short. And then I waited until it went above 5. There's no need. There's so many people that will post on Twitter, and honestly, sometimes it's better. It's really, really better not to. How do I say this? Don't surround yourself with the wrong people. It's very toxic to be around the people with the mindset that have a bit of an ego, that said bottom tick, top tick. There's no benefit. I I swear I do my best not to top tick and bottom tick. And that's not coming from ego. That's coming from I want to be here in the long run. I want to be here for another 10 years. So
Avantlogics announces closing of first tranche of convertible debentures offering with Fairfax Financial Holdings Limited.
Anyway, so I waited until it went above, and then it based, and I was waiting for it to pull back somewhere here, and I think I was gonna long some here, or something like that. Didn't happen, and long and behold, as I expected, the original thesis was they were gonna push it. So all of this stuff happened. It's not a coincidence. Everything. I hope you guys know Ricky Analog. Ricky Analog is he's he's a really good fundamental trader. But in small cap, everything happens for a reason. It's not a coincidence. And by the way, I had a lot of shares in the stock, and I was gonna scale in slowly. So long was small, and then I sell my long because The agenda from the start was they were going to push above 6. So they have accumulated all of this long, okay? So this is how market manipulators think. Why didn't they sell here? You got to try. You have a thesis, you work your own thesis, and that's it. Um, so they have to get rid of. So they longed everything here. They were shorting traps, and they're like, oh, look weak. They squeeze it. So they were accumulating size here. And now they have to dump their long, they have to dump the overhead, and they take a short position. In hindsight, we could say, oh yeah, long was coming, but I didn't know another push higher was coming. The thesis was, you know what? They pushed it above 6. They will not, generally, they always want to push above. So you see the overhead supply. Uh, you could see this thing here. Uh, this is the overhead supply. So that's a lot of volume to dump. I think it was like 2.6 million or something. I don't remember the exact thing, but it was quite a bit compared to the volume that I was trading around this time. So this could have gone that they just dump the overhead and then wash south and go red. I mean, this was possible, but at the same time, you develop a thesis from fundamentals and then you go. So I sold my longs here slowly. I was like, okay, and then I started building a short position. Um, I probably started a short here too, because I have a very small size long. Uh, and I try not to scalp, but you just gotta go with it. And so they were pushing, and I could see this is what I call a liquidity event. They push to the high, 680 something. I wait. Again, you see, I don't have any intention of top ticking. It's stupid to top tick. This is a 5 minute chart. It goes above, and then it's it goes above. I'll wait till it goes down to the bottom, and then I start shorting. And I see a soaker. I cover a little bit. Uh, yeah, I probably started shorting here. These triangles are just guesstimates. Same concept here. Short cover, short cover. I'm not really trying to scalp. I hate scalp, but I had a lot of size, and I think this is. So sometimes when you have a green trade, just because it was a green trade, it doesn't mean it was a good trade. And sometimes if it was a red trade, it doesn't mean it's a bad trade. So here, up until this point, I was feeling pretty good. I was feeling pretty good. I had a good gauge. I could read the tape well. I could see what they were doing. So I was covering as the guy was coming, and if it got to my average or below to the washes, I covered. And then just so I could short higher. So here, I could see them pushing higher. It got heavy, and I'm like, okay, join. And then I started, and I saw this go down, come back up, and I started covering on this candle, and I reshorted it, covered, here, and I resized. Yeah, and here, so this is my first mistake. So let's talk about. Hopefully, I'll do this so that it benefits me as well, so that I can do it for long term. And the other thing I'm asking is if you guys are listening to this and you guys are not bored to death, if you guys could communicate back, tell me what you guys want to see, what you guys want to learn from. That way, engagement, it's fun. Like I'll enjoy doing this. I love helping out. So here's my first mistake. While it may not be, it may come across as a minor mistake. I know this really effed me up. Like this here really, 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 really bugged me, and this messed up my head. So I hit this with a good size, and the thesis here was, look, it broke the low of the day. It had a nice wash. It went above. I shorted a little, and then I was like, okay, that's it. Uh, Go all of like a large portion of it in. I hit the bid as it was washing. I don't do that. As you can see, I always cover into the wash. I short the pops. Short the pops, cover the wash. Short the pop, cover the wash. Stop out, short, cover, wash. I don't give. No, it's not scalps, but you see here. See, this here was a mistake, and this will add up. This messed me up, and I will go why. Continued. So here I put in size, and now all of the sudden I'm at an uncomfortable average. I think my average was something here. or 776. I don't remember what it was, but it was something bad. And this is how I f. This is how it. This such a small mistake messes it up. Up at this point, I'm up a lot. I'm up decent. I'm up like 8R, 10R, and short side, I'm in heavy. Like I bought a lot of stock because I knew this wasn't going to be an A plus plus for me. And ideally, my risk was above here or above here. So this becomes difficult to gauge because I'm going in and out a lot, and I don't mind this. I don't really mind it. Uh, and then I added here. I was thinking I had a hard stop here, and then I got rid of it. I got rid of it, and in this here, I thought they were going to push above 7. So at this point, this is a key variable. This may be a long video, so I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys are having fun. If you're not, this is going to be a boring ass video. Okay, so here, I thought they were going to push above this because these guys are freaking manipulators. All they do is squeeze, dump, squeeze, dump. So I thought there's no way they're just going to stop out. So I exited here. My exit was, I'm a discretionary trader. I don't regret it. So my stops, I'm not like, gets here, I'm going to cut it off instantly. Da, 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 da. No. I cut off half, I large, whatever. I go with the flow. Sometimes it goes against me. A lot of times it works out for me because it matches my personality. Don't follow other people. Match your personality. But here, like a monkey, I top ticked it in an exit. So I covered my short position, everything here. And it's hard. It's hard to put the size back on. And it was annoying. I covered here because my risk was here or here. Worst case scenario here. I was supposed to trim. Plan was to trim half, 2/3 here. I think my average was somewhere here. But this here, it's not a lot of range, but because of my size, it was a good hit. And then I reshorted, probably reshorted like half or less than that. I don't remember. And then it washed. I covered, shorted, covered, covered, and then here. And then at this point here, I started thinking. And the other thing is, I am surrounded by some really, really, really smart guys. Really genuine. I can't say enough good things about them. Shout out to Abel, JJ, Maya, um, Short Bear, a lot of really, really Pano. Um, so we were on voice, we were talking. Um, so around here, yeah, around here, the VWAP was here. So this, I should have had the VWAP. I'll get this better next time. So the VWAP was somewhere here, going higher. Let me see if I can add a VWAP here. How do you add a VWAP? Ah, frick. That sucks. It's been so long. Okay. So here, yeah. It was around here. So what I was thinking here is, I was thinking, so originally I had stopped out here, and look at where the high was. I knew they were gonna, I had a strong feeling they were gonna push above 7, and then fade it, because they're manipulators. They want to squeeze, etc. They didn't do that, and that looked really iffy. So at a point here, I drew this trend line prior to this bounce, and then I think I started longing around here, and the same concept here. There will be people that will be like, oh, bottom tick, I made the best money, blah 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 blah. That's stupid. So I mean, I might have done some stupid things. I think I probably did long some at 585. So I'm not being a hypocrite here, but my intent was not to bottom tick, and I didn't bottom tick. But the real ads are, it's a small feeler. You get a small feeler, and then you wait till somebody else confirms. So look, I waited until it was above 6, and then I added it into the winner, and And like a monkey, like I can't hold long. Everybody says this, but I guess I'm one of them. I couldn't hold it for long because I just kept adding. Like I doubled up a few times. My risk was below here. I waited for other people's money to confirm, and then I sold some here, and I was gonna rebuy. I was gonna rebuy here. So here's the other thing. And when I spoke on the voice with my friends, with JJ, I'm gonna call that freaking guy out, that noob kaboob. So 650s, the plan was to actually add into the dips, but it wasn't. I kind of wanted to pull back. Like I wanted to pull back somewhere here. I wanted to pull back somewhere here, just so I can add off of that. Because it was like wicking. It was unclear, so I couldn't add. But the plan was, I said on voice, we were talking, and I was like, "Yo, if this reclaims, this is really bad." And thankfully, I didn't short. But it was a 650, and it was soaking, but it was wicking at the same time. So I added here, sold a little bit here, sold a little bit there, and I'll show you another mistake. So this, like I said, it's for my own growth. So this is all long. I sold a long here. This here, 1/30th size short. Another idiotic mistake. So if you guys are reviewing this, I don't know how long that the video has been, but I hope you guys are benefiting from it. But recap. So when I do this, I make detailed notes. I type it out. I don't know how I'll do it here. So this is another really, really idiotic mistake that I made on my part, and it happens often, more than I like. It comes from ego. It's subconscious ego. Like I got overconfident. Cause look, I played the short, and then I got the long, and I played the short again, and I called the long. So it gets in your head. I don't regret it, and I regret it, cause I was sweating balls. So here, I was on The Voice, and I love the guys. We have a really good time. It's very chill. Everybody, all we do is SEC filings. It's really fun. It's very small. So here I sold the long, and then I shorted 130, like a very small size, 130th. And then I was just like, all right, let's go. I was starting talking, not smack, but I was joking around. But this is a mistake. So recapping, this freaking thing is a mistake. This is a mistake. Because this here, all of these small minor things, if I didn't stop out here, this would have been like a 40, 50 RR trade, or it should have been effing crazy. Today, I'm up a decent amount. Thank God, alhamdulillah. It could have been so much more. And this is what we got to talk about. You had a green trade, yes, but look, be objective. Be objective. How you could have performed better. If I didn't stop out here, this would have been a 30 RR, 50 RR. It would have been like twice, three times as much more profit. But you never know. I may not have switched to long buys here. So everything happens for a reason. I may have took a loss. So here I got one at 30th. I remember being happy, and I remember telling the stock. I was like, with the guys, I was like, let it come up, let it rip in my face, blah, 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 blah. Talking so much smack. And I almost paid for it. So what happened here is they pushed. I waited. Again, I could have son. If I wanted to top take this stupid thing up here, I don't know where this wick is. Let's see where that wick is. That wick is at 825 or 806. I, no ego or anything. I could have top taken it, but I didn't. I didn't, and it's better that way. It's really really is better that way because always wait for confirmation. Because this
Nutrien
will work.
increases its
It's
existing
nobody
share
knows.
repurchase program.
So again, surround yourself with the right people. So then it pushes higher, and then I was like, okay, I wait till it calms down. You can I actually thought at this point I hit the 120s, but I guess it didn't. So it must have, when I hit the bid, no, I must have waited. I try to be patient. I waited till it hit below 8. but I remember trying to hit, or maybe in my head I was calculating to hit. So yeah, here I shorted. Risk was above here, but no hard stops because the market manipulators they they play all these kind of games. They stop you out. There's no way you could have entered. Okay, so going back and summarizing it, what happened here, why it happened. One, it happened because of the overhead supply. It was at $6. So this is why they squeezed it higher. And this is just a guess. As the other estimation is they have to. This is all orchestrated, right? So they had to get rid of their long. They had to get rid of the overhead supply. They had to put a short position on top if they want to make money. And these guys will milk the crap out of people as much as they can. You know, it's not easy for us because we we are the retailers. We don't know, but these guys know exactly what they're. They know like, okay, I'm gonna squeeze here. I got it. That's that. Anyway, so they pushed it up all the way here because there was a lot of people like me that were looking to short. They were trying to squeeze them out. They had to get rid of the long. They had to get rid of the supply, and they probably have a short position uh, just to fade this off. They have money, but they may still do an offering after, who knows. But that's not the agenda. The agenda here is to get rid of the overhead supply. So I shorted my full size. And why was this a mistake? Because I was actually sweating my balls. Like when this pushed here, I was like, oh boy. Even when it was getting iffy here, and I was like, calm down. Okay, another golden nugget, another golden nugget. Because I had a talk with some of the guy, some of the guys in the room, and we're talking. They're like, man, I feel like we're talking. You know, we're close group of friends, and we're like, well, what do we do? Like I feel very iffy. I don't know if I should hold, sell, what. So what I usually do, I said on voice, I was like, just put a range order. Just put max, bottom, top. That way you don't have emotions involved. I didn't do it here, but I was definitely sweating balls. And if I didn't, and honest, to be very honest with you guys, it's because of this piece of poop. I don't know if it's 1/30th, 1/20th. It's a very small portion. But this ego thing here made me sweat my balls. If it was here, look, my average would have been 795. And with this, I think my average was 780 or 785 or 90. I don't remember. But it was something, right? Because I'm not perfect. I don't have a perfect entry to be like, boom, 799 average, right? I don't know. I'm slowly adding into the position. Um, this definitely played a role. So it washes south. I see a soaker. I'm like, okay, I'll join you. I told the guys 650 would be the first area that I would be looking to cover. I shorted, so this here halted, and I was a really good size on this, and I said, you know what, man, you gotta grow the balls, you gotta get the cajones going. So I located more shares. I covered here. The ideal cover would have been 650 share, yeah, but whatever. But I wanted to lock some in because I borrowed more shares, and I was like, this for me was usually I think like 10x or 20x. Like I had a good size for my comfort. And then as it spiked higher, I just shorted heavier, and then I covered into the 650. It bounced, and I wanted it to go to 7, so I could short some more here. Uh, but then as it kept washing, I covered here at 6. I don't know what this is. 603, 604, 604 or something. And now at this point, I'm down to like 1/10. I covered everything. And here I'm slowly nibbling in, nibbling in. And I didn't expect this. The VWAP here was actually above it, so we were here. I didn't like that. Again, like I said, you know, you gotta So below here, I was shorting it around here. So this was me just being, and a lower time frame was just slowing down. So I just kept shorting a little bit here, there, here, there. I made it to half size or a bit more up to here. Went above, didn't want to touch it. And then yeah, then it washed to 6. And then I was like, all right, see you, see you. So I just covered it all. Left a little bit. I'm gonna swing some. So that's HEPA. God knows how long it's been. I hope it was fun. Uh, Subscribe, click the notification because every time I post, if you put a comment in the channel in the YouTube, I will I will reply to it. So what if you had a question you needed me to answer, you can do that. And quickly recapping, always try to understand why things happen. Like, this got squeezed. It didn't get squeezed. It wasn't luck, right? It wasn't luck that this stopped out above here, which is, guess where the shorts would have been. If we go and there, a lot of shorts would be like, oh, you know what? I put my stop at the high of the day and higher. And sometimes you have to, because sometimes this could rip up and it could go really high. I bet there was a bunch of people that got stopped out here. This is not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that this went up to $7, $8 or above $6. It went from $5 to 6 plus, and then it got washed, and then it got. This is not a coincidence at all. So, golden nuggets or nuggets that you guys could take back. Recapping. Try to understand why things happen. Put towards a thesis with fundamental analysis. Don't be biased. Always, always try to be open-minded. Everything happens. Everything is a probability. I don't care if you know 100% or 98% that it's going to go down. Don't. All it takes is one time, and then you could blow up. And I've gotten hurt a lot, and at the start I've blown up a lot as well. So if anybody's new and they're hearing this, well, first I hope you guys share this so that it helps anybody that's new. And the other thing is obey your risk, man. Risk management is the king. Uh, Repeating myself, understand why things happen. There's always a story, there's always a thesis. Second, try to think like the manipulator, right? So just wait till that top tick wick comes out. So I sized in here because I was like, look, they took out the early shorts and then they're gonna wash it. You know what? They did it one more time and then they washed it after. And then when you're in the winner, when you're in the money, try to add to the winner. Okay, amigos, click subscribe, turn on that notification bell. It feels so weird hearing this. I hope this was beneficial to you guys. This is probably a really, really long video. It may not even have recorded as far as I know because I can't hear myself. I have to freaking pause it and check it. Uh, yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, what would help you guys. And I'm really thinking about once a week or once in 2 weeks, I'll bring someone random, someone stranger, probably from Twitter or YouTube comments, and I'm gonna bring them to voice. And there's one guy I might do it today, and I'll bring some of my other really good friends too. And you guys can ask us anything we want. We're not like A plus plus amazing traders, but a lot of guys have really good experience and really good knowledge of fundamentals, and there's a lot of people that want to help, but only the people that are willing to put in the work and effort. So yeah, take care. Have a wonderful day. Happy Thanksgiving. Um, Post in the comments what you guys want to see for next time. Take care. Bye.